Hey guys, welcome to this video, which is an overview of the X rat trap, which I've recently finished. It's a bit of a variation on a lot of other traps in the Tilong family of traps, as you can see here. These traps are a tube rat snare, and there's lots of different variations from all over the world. Tilong's probably the most well-known and most famous, but this one's about the X rat trap. Let's have a quick look at how it sets, how it works, and then we'll come back to some of the rigging. So this is Squishy the fishy. He's just pretending to be a rat at the moment. He's going in there to get the bait, which is behind the X. When you're ready, Squishy. Uh-oh. So as you can see, guys, this is a sprung snare trap. It uses a bent piece of bamboo as the engine. It's a very sensitive trap. The bait gets placed behind the X that you can see in there. The X is a variation on a lot of other indigenous trap triggers, which are normally done with nets and tripwires or laced bits of cord that the animal pushes through and passes over. You can see here though that a rat wouldn't fit into this size bamboo, so that's why we've made the funnel and the weaving, which is another traditional style, just done a little bit fancy here for the fun of it. Then if you look in, you can see the X, which is attached to the bar at the top, which holds our toggle out, which is being stopped from flicking back. And when it gets pushed on the X, the toggle will flick out, then tensioning the snare around the target animal. We'll take a look now at some of the rigging and knots and hitches I've chosen to use. At the top of the engine, you'll see a lark's head, or a lot of people call it a choke hitch. I've used that because I can take it on and off and relax the bamboo so it doesn't get a memory. It also holds tension to the load line when it's under tension, and it will apply tension to the snare when it gets released as well. So following the load strand down from here, you'll see it comes down and terminates into the toggle through a little hole and a double overhand stopper knot. Really any stopper knot can be used here, but it's a really good way to terminate these because it stops them twisting and it keeps them nice and straight and centered. On the bars, you can see that I've used clove hitches. I've also done some half hitches, which you'll see in the next picture. Clove hitches are great to adjust when you're trying to set everything just right, because there needs to be a lot of fiddling as you start to make this. The clove hitch is a pretty golden oldie. You can see here it's got a couple of half hitches just like that, just to help secure it and stop things twisting and turning once I'm sure I know where I want it. From here, you can see the snare line come down. It actually terminates in a bowstring knot, which I'll show you. It's a very good knot. It uses very little cordage. It's low profile, easy to tie. It's just an overhand, and the loop is really open, and that's the main advantage here. It keeps it open, lets it sit inside the tube really well. You can see it's snug all the way around and quite camouflaged too. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the little walkthrough on the X trap. It's got a lot of pros and cons, but I hope you enjoyed looking at some of the rigging and different techniques that you can apply elsewhere. The main thing I think is a good take home here is what you can do if you don't have a tube big enough for a rat to fit in or for your target to fit in, and how to make a trigger if you can't put the typical Tilong little ledge hooky bit onto the top of a bit of bamboo or a bit of wood. We're going to be doing other ones of these that can be used as well down the track. Till then, hope you enjoy.